check.
There we go.
Nice. We're live. What's up, Gray?
Nothing much, man. Just ready to go see my favorite superhero movie, or my favorite superhero character of all time.
This is your favorite superhero?
This is my guy, Spider-Man. If you know me and you know me well, Spider-Man's my guy.
I like the first one of this movie. So, okay, this episode we are going to go to the theaters here shortly. We only can do a quick intro here. But we're going to watch Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. No, what's it called? Across the Spiderverse?
Yeah.
Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse.
Yep.
The first one's good.
Yeah, the second. This is the sequel to the first one. I can't even remember the name of the first one, but
I think Into the Spiderverse.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the first one. I saw it twice, but it's been a while since I've seen it again. So
apparently this one's a part 2, like a 2-parter. It ends on a cliffhanger, and then there's another one that's coming out.
Okay.
Next year.
Yep. I did not know that, but I'm excited to see this.
I've heard it's good. I've heard the animation's awesome, as it always is.
Yeah, no,
with the first one, right?
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Okay. Sorry for the quick intro, but we got to roll.
We got to go.
All right, let's go. We're back.
Yes, here we are. We just watched
Spider-Man. Across the Spiderverse. It was definitely a lot visually.
Yeah, this is a lot of movie coming at you the whole time.
The animation style is cool. They definitely have their style, and they stick with it heavy, and they dive deep in their style.
Yeah.
This movie with the pastel look with Gwen Stacy. There's going to be spoilers this episode, so if you haven't seen this movie, I would suggest watching it if you don't want to get it spoiled for you. But because I mean, at the end of it, it's a to be continued kind of movie, so there's definitely a lot of stuff that if you haven't seen it, definitely.
Well, here we are. We just watched another Marvel movie that has to do with the multiverse.
Yeah,
that's where we're going. That's where we're at.
Multiverse everywhere.
It's multiverse everywhere.
Doctor Strange, Loki. It was cool how in this movie, whenever they showed the multiverse, the Spiderverse, it looked just like the one from all the Marvel movies. Yeah,
no, it was cool. And you know, they show like Tobey Maguire and all that, but we just dove into the Spiderverse with the most recent.
Yeah, every Spider-Man.
The third Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I mean, they are just not letting up. Maybe they know something.
Aliens are coming.
Something's going on, but it's a crazy movie. I mean, if you saw the first one, you know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah, it's almost like they took everything good from the last one and just like bumped it up a notch with the animation style and the whole different characters and new Spider-Mans. I do like how they always find unique Spider-Mans to show up. It's never a normal one.
Even if it's just a small fight scene. Like sometimes they just like...
The only normal Spider-Man is the one he met in the first one that now has the kid. That's like the only really normal Spider-Man that there is.
Yeah. They did not let him continue to be normal because now he's a dad. Not only is he a dad, but he wears a pink sweater and he carries his kid around. That's a
robe.
Him. Is that a robe?
Yeah.
I thought so. I meant to say pajamas. It just looked like some weird pink pajama jacket that I kind of want to get my hands on.
Look comfy.
They look comfy. But listen, if you're a Spider-Man fan like me, this movie can be dated back to, I remember playing this Spider-Man video game when I was 12 years old. And I think it's something called the Spider-Man Paradox or something. And I saw a lot of those same Spider-Man characters in this movie.
Really?
Which I thought was cool. Yeah, honestly, the Miguel, kind of like the villain, but not the villain. He's just the anti-hero Spider-Man, you know. Yeah. Like the OG Peter Parker says in this movie, he says, "You're the only Spider-Man that's not funny. What's up with that?" And it's true, but it just goes to show somebody's got to like kind of stand. Well, anyways, I don't want to get off topic. That video game that I played pretty much like dives into this kind of movie. You know, obviously, I mean, you didn't play it, but it's just a bunch of different Spider-Mans getting together from different universes, different storylines. there was one Spider-Man character that didn't even have a line, but he was one of the main characters in this video game, and he's dressed, he's in an all black suit, but he's got a detective hat, the trench coat.
Yeah.
And he was in this movie, and I was just like, yes,
my guy.
That's my guy. That was my favorite mission from that game.
What was the anti-hero Spider-Man?
His name's Miguel.
Miguel. It seems like he's the guy that's his job is to destroy other universes, kind of like how in Loki, like there's that dude that just destroys all the other universes and gets rid of all the
I can't tell about
duplicated
the Miguel
people.
Guy. Yeah, it seems like he just wants to keep everything on track, but maybe he wants to get everything right just for him. I don't know. There's
or maybe he got lost and
something about
he got lost in the fight for good, that he just kind of got obsessed with it, and then he kind of was going overboard. He lost his vision. He's now just kind of doing it just because.
Yeah, something about a grown man beating the shit out of a 15-year-old while screaming at him just doesn't sit quite right with me.
Spider-Man, dude. Once you put the Spider-Man suit on, they can do whatever they want to. Now at this point, you agreed. Hey,
no, I mean,
will fight.
It's awesome. If you're a Spider-Man fan like me, this movie has everything. I mean, it has Spider-Man. I could keep going. Spider-Man.
Please.
Spider-Man. There's even more Spider-Mans than that.
Yeah.
I think I listed off 6 right there. There's way more than 6 Spider-Mans in this movie.
Well, the multiverse is unlimited, so there are literally unlimited Spider-Mans. Did you not see that whenever
it's a Spider-Man fans dream, this movie.
When they're on the giant train going up to the moon, I guess they said that. I think they're going up to the moon.
What the hell was going on there? The train just kept going. I kept thinking we were going to get to this crazy ending.
The moon. I think they said the moon.
I don't know.
There's thousands of Spider-Mans on that.
Yeah.
One little train.
Spider-Man.
It was funny whenever me and Gray.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this, Kade.
So I ordered tickets. Right, we go to the movie theater, and it's like a standalone theater. That's the only place that we could find that had seats, because probably not a lot of people go to it. It's kind of tucked away in this cool little area of Plano, Texas, and so we walk in, get our tickets, go upstairs, get our popcorn. Gray, get some wine, get some waters. We go, and it's like a weird hallway that has paper signs that tell you where the movies are. So we see a giant Spider-Man. I see a giant Spider-Man poster, and it says Spider-Man on the thing. So we walk in. The time said 7, and our movie was supposed to be 7:05.
Yeah, and there's a lesson to be learned here for our listeners. Okay, don't be a follower. Okay? So you got to double check even what the leader's doing.
So we walk in, we sit down. We're just talking before the movie. Trailers are playing, and then a Red Band trailer pops up, and they start cussing. Like, they said the F word on it. They started cussing, and Gray looks at me, and he's like, they can do that now?
Wait,
kids movies?
Since when have we gotten, when did we get to the point where we can walk into a PG or PG-13? I think this movie's PG.
Yeah, PG. It's
PG, but the trailers are just dropping F-bombs and all these cuss words. And at first, I wasn't thinking much of it. I was just like, okay, 2023, I guess this is where we're at now.
Gray points that out to me, and I start thinking, wait, this is a kid's movie. How are they going to play this at this? Maybe this is just like an alternative theater that doesn't care about children's well-being.
Mind you, we've been sitting here for about 15 minutes now. Our showtime was 7:05.
Right, and we arrived at 7:05.
Yeah, so we thought we were on time. We thought maybe we were just catching all the trailers and everything. But
Gray's like, is this the right theater? I'm like, no, yeah, 100%.
Well, it wasn't even the cussing that gave it away. All of a sudden, again, this is a youthful, new kind of look Spider-Man movie. Everybody knows what this movie's about if you're into it. You know it's going to have these crazy animations. There's a lot of flashing involved. And so then I look around the theater, and it's just a lot of elderly couples sitting around us.
Yeah,
all couples.
Only old people.
Yeah, only old people, and they're all couples. This is a date night movie for the grandparents. And I'm just like, wow, who would have thought that this Spider-Man movie would have attracted such an audience?
So Gray gets up and goes double checks the door, and he comes back and just says, "Yep, wrong theater."
Yep, We're like, very disappointed.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So I check my watch, right? And the movie is supposed to start at 7:05 and it's 7:30. And I'm like, dude, there's no way.
We always got to account for the trailers.
Right. That's like 15, 20 minutes, maybe. Not 30 minutes in. You're still trailers going. So I'm like, fuck, he's right. So we go to the right theater and the movies are already started. And we're like,
but we caught it in the nick of time. We missed, God, I hope we didn't miss something crucial.
Yeah, we missed like the first probably 10 to 5 minutes.
It's pretty much the opening scene to open the movie because we did get there in time to see Spider-Man across the multiverse.
Yeah.
And so I guess we'll have to double check ourselves.
I think the biggest takeaway from that scene that we needed to know is that Gwyneth Stacy. Gwyneth or Gwen?
It's Gwen.
Gwen.
But, it's Gwyneth.
Oh.
God. Oh, man. Oh, you're such a casual.
Yeah. Gwen Stacy, she left her dad to go to fight on the team.
It could just be Gwen.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but now I'm starting to think, because I definitely just said, oh, no, it's Gwyneth. It could just be Gwen. Oh, God.
Is it Gwyneth?
No, in the movie it's Gwen, but Gwen could be short for Gwyneth, and now I'm second guessing myself.
Is that not Gwyneth? Did I just make that up?
Well, any person named Gwen, their full name is probably Gwyneth.
But in the Spider-Man movies, they
or am
never
I just
say
making
Gwyneth?
that up? Is Gwyneth not even a common name?
No, I've seen Gwyneth.
I know a Gwyneth out there.
You don't?
God damn it.
Nobody knows a Gwyneth.
All right, her name is Gwen in this movie. That's what they call her. That's what she calls herself.
Gwen Stacy.
She identifies as a Gwen.
She actually identifies as a Spider-Man.
Yes, she is a Spider-Man. So it doesn't even matter. She's just another Spider-Man. But she's Gwen Spider-Man.
Yeah, so we missed the first intro to the movie. This is me and Gray's second 2 theater appearances in a row. We have missed the beginning of the movie.
We got to get better about this. Hey, all things considered,
I thought we were because our time. I was like, oh, nice, we're gonna get there on time.
We are under a tornado warning.
Yeah,
it looks like the multiverse is going on right outside our window right now.
There's 2 hours of just like a lot of flashing, a lot of cool animations, a lot of just in your face Spider-Man going crazy, comic book style, action-packed scenes throughout 2 hours. And as we drive home, it's the same thing outside. Just wind, just thunder, lightning.
Oh, the lightning was just going crazy. I hope it didn't hit my car.
The lightning?
Yeah.
Why not?
I feel like that's probably not good for your car if lightning hits it.
Probably gives your car superpowers.
Spider car.
Ooh.
There's even a
Spider horse.
There's even a T-Rex Spider-Man appearance in this movie.
Is that so? Are these all based off comic books, or they just make up Spider-Mans?
I think they made up Spider-Rex. We're just gonna go with Spider-Rex. I think they made him up, but it's the multiverse, so there's probably Spider-Mans in other universes that we don't know about yet. It's just like, I'm sure there is a Spider-Rex out there.
So I guess,
or Spider-Saur.
Did you ever read the comic books
dinosaur?
of these?
I read the normal ones. I thought I definitely don't remember reading comic books. Like I read the Spider-Man newspaper comic books. I remember like a good 2 years when I was like 7 and 8. Like I just got like the typical, or just like. Nothing crazy. It's Spider-Man.
I think it was cool how they
taking down a couple bank robbers, and then there's Green Goblin. Okay, well let's get this done.
It's cool how they've numbered all the worlds. Because Earth, I know that Earth 616 is the main Earth, and that's probably the comic books you were reading was Earth 616.
Okay.
Because Earth 616 is like the main storyline. That's like where the movies are based off of. That's the most popular.
You know this for a fact?
Yeah.
Okay, because we might have a couple listeners that are just listening to you and they're just like, oh my God,
listening to me just make up everything.
You don't know what you're talking about.
No, but I'm very positive that Earth 616 is the main Earth.
This is the one Spider-Man fact that Kade knows is a fact.
So I used to watch a lot of Marvel breakdowns for the movies.
Okay.
Like to hear the backstory of, theories of what might happen later.
Yeah.
They always base it off of Earth 616.
Okay.
I'm not even going to fact check it. I'm pretty confident.
All right, we'll take pretty confident.
You put doubt in my mind, so that's why I'm saying pretty confident.
All right.
Just in case, you never know.
Yeah. Okay. Let me think here.
I thought it was cool too how you remember Miles Morales. He said whenever we first saw Spot when he was stealing the ATM machine,
his nemesis, yes.
He was like, "Why do you call it an ATM machine? The M stands for machine."
A lot of things to consider in this movie.
He says that, and it's funny how they paralleled that with the similarities in Spider-Man's whenever they went to India, I guess, with the Indian Spider-Man, and he said,
what's the
chai
word?
Tea.
Chai tea.
He's like, "Why do you call it chai tea? You're just saying TT." That's a similarity in the characters. So I thought it was cool how there's always a similarity between all the Spider-Mans because they're all kind of the same person.
Yeah. Except for that Miguel guy.
Except for Miguel. I wonder he might be an accidental Spider-Man. He looks like he injected Spider-Man into him. Remember there was like a flash and he put a shot in his arm that gave him Spider-Man powers?
God, I must have blinked.
Probably.
Because, hey, I'll tell you what. If you blink in this movie, you're going to miss something. I mean, it is pretty much nonstop the entire time, which is good. I mean, it's something that you expect going into this kind of movie. You got it from the first one. And then in the second one, damn. On the car ride back, I was telling Kade, I'm exhausted. That was a lot. You have to stay dialed in the entire time, whether you want to or not. That movie does not stop for anybody.
I'll tell you what, right as the movie started to kind of slow for me, when I was kind of starting to tap out of it, that's whenever they had the big twist that you start to realize. Because I thought they did really well right in that twist at the end. Like they gave you all the information.
Spoiler. Oh my God.
Here we go. Spoiler alert. They give you all the information prior to that twist. So like all these facts, and then so what happens in the movie? I'll just explain the scene. He's running away from all the Spider-Men because they're trying to stop him because they've told him that, hey, you're a Spider-Man. You have to lose somebody. That's your father, your uncle, whoever it is, you're going to have to lose somebody.
Yeah, well, his Spider-Man story, as well as many others, if their father becomes captain of the police force, they're going to die. Yeah. And you're not supposed to stop it.
And it's cool how because I guess, I don't know if that's an official term, canon, but it is now. I thought it always just something that people said, like, oh, that's canon. I thought that was just like a slang term for...
It matters. Like, it actually means real. Something. Yeah.
So I thought if that is just a slang term, I think it's cool how they kind of made it a real thing. Like, in the actual movie, they call it canon.
Yeah.
And so he's running away from all the Spider-Men because they're trying to stop him because it's canon for his father to die when he becomes captain. And they know it. They actually have the plots, and they can see that in his storyline, his dad's going to die in 2 days. And he's like, no, I'm not going to let my dad die. Like, how am I just going to hear that and then just let my dad die? Like, are y'all crazy? So he fights off literally every Spider-Man. He is the best Spider-Man.
You could make the argument.
He fought everybody off except for Miguel.
Sorry, Toby, but damn, could you have done that? I don't know.
Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man.
Whoa.
You don't think so?
I'm an OG Toby kind of guy.
Dude, I grew up with it too, though, and still, Tom Holland, you can't deny he is the best Spider-Man.
In what aspect? Like, what regards are you saying he's the best Spider-Man? Because
personality, age, actor.
Toby.
No,
dude, it's Toby.
He's a grown. I guess it doesn't.
He was so good that they even brought him back. Tom Holland wasn't getting the job done, so they had to bring Toby back.
I wonder. You think did Disney make this movie, or is this a Sony?
Oh, I would imagine Sony
because they had Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
in it.
But they showed Toby in it too. So I mean, yeah, I think it's Sony
because they didn't show Tom Holland.
Sony. I know for sure Sony owns all the Spider-Man video games because I have an Xbox One and I can't play any Spider-Man video games. And it's the saddest thing ever because that's all I want to do when I get home tonight.
It's cool how Disney and Sony squashed the beef so they could remake the third Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What was it called? Far From Home?
Oh, there's so many Spider-Man movies.
So many. So many Spider-Man movies, dude.
There's a lot of Spider-Man. Who would have? I bet Stan Lee did not expect this. He was like, I created this spider guy. And I mean, he's cool, he's powerful, and he's funny. Everybody likes him, but damn.
Arguably the biggest movie franchise based on sheer number of movies and different variations of the character.
And it's not stopping.
Nope.
Spider-Man's not going anywhere.
Batman's probably up there.
Batman, but I mean.
And Batman's, don't fight me here, Batman is cooler than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Just like his character. I love Spider-Man, but I'm just saying, out of you just look at the stats.
No,
Batman's a badass billionaire who is rough and a detective and whatever. Spider-Man's just like a fun kid. You know what I mean? So if you just look at it that way, Batman.
I mean, we've never seen a funny Batman per se.
I don't think they've never even written a funny Batman.
I don't know how you can. I mean, could you?
Spider-Man. I was gonna say no because he lost his parents as a kid, but so did Spider-Man.
He loses
a family member, not both, but at least somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, if they make a Batman multiverse, maybe we'll get a funny Batman. Maybe we got to go see that Flash movie,
right?
Because Michael Keaton's Batman in that one. Who knows? He could be.
He's probably funny. Bet they were.
He could be comedic relief, yeah.
Because he doesn't look right now in his age. Right now, he does not look like a Batman. You look at that guy, you're like, oh, okay. Don't worry, guys. We can kick his ass.
Well, it's just interesting because is it Michael Keaton's Batman from back then, or did he just never stop? Was he
yeah.
Is he just 60 years old and Batman never hung up the cape?
That is funny. I don't know.
We're gonna find out. We'll have to watch that movie too.
There'll be multiverse. Yes, even DC is going multiverse with this Flashpoint thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, no, it's multiverse. Everything. I mean,
they are prepping us. They're brainwashed. They're setting up our brains for the real multiverse to pop in.
Yeah, something's going on. Back to the movie we just watched. Well, I mean, what do you rate it? Let's rate it just as far as Spider-Man movies, because like you said, we got a lot of them. So
let's wait. I got to talk about it more to get my rating in. I gotta
really dive deep into.
Yeah, I gotta think about it.
The Spiderverse.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I think dude, it's so hard to talk about this movie. There was so much. So much.
Couldn't agree more.
Oh, I don't think I finished my thought. We were talking about the Spider-Mans, how it led up to that switch up. Yeah, I never finished my thought here.
The plot twist.
Yeah, we got sidetracked.
Damn, yeah, they just been waiting on that the entire time.
So all the Spider-Mans are chasing him. He beats all the Spider-Mans. He leaves, and he goes to this laboratory where he can transport himself back home so he can go and save his dad. So he gets in the machine and it scans his DNA to find out which Spider-Man he is, and then sends him back to that universe. Like, what Spider-Man are you from what universe? Okay, let's send you there. Prior to that happening, you found out that he is an anomaly. He's not supposed to be Spider-Man. Spider-Man from a different universe came into his universe and bit him, and his Peter Parker died. His universe should have a Peter Parker, but it doesn't, because that Peter Parker died because Miles Morales became Spider-Man.
Because of spots.
He caused Spot. Miles Morales caused Spot.
Or is that what it was?
Yeah, that's why Spot's trying to kill him, because he created him. He's like, I don't want to be this thing, so I'm trying to kill you now.
I would have to look that up. I mean, is Spots even a Spider-Man villain, or did they truly just make that up?
Nah, that's got to be a villain.
I don't know. They keep saying Miles is it
would make sense for that to be a real villain, because it's ink Spots. Think about it, like he teleports to different universes and stuff. That's a very comic booky thing, because he's ink.
Well, hey,
so I can't go through the pages.
I've never heard of him.
You're not a true Spider-Man fan, bro.
Let's look it up.
All right, sidetrack.
Is Spots a Spider-Man villain? I'm so sorry to the people I might be letting down by saying I was a Spider-Man fan.
The Spot is a supervillain appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics.
Since when?
Since the beginning of time.
No.
Earth 616.
No.
He was even in the main universe, dog.
What? I didn't see him.
When Spider-Man and the Black Cat arrived to confront the Kingpin, he appeared before them. The Spot.
I'm such a noob. Maybe I'm not a Spider-Man fan.
So you find out that Spider-Man, he got bit from a spider from a different universe. So whenever that thing scanned his body, he got transported into a different universe. And you realize that once he gets home. His home looks a little bit different, but he doesn't notice that. And he starts to talk to his mom. He's like telling her, "Hey, I know you know that I've been lying to you, but I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm Spider-Man." And she's like, "Who's Spider-Man?" And I
thought she was just gonna be like, "Oh, I don't watch the news."
No, but she knew who Spider-Man was in the beginning.
No,
of the movie.
Yeah, okay.
Because his dad's fought with Spider-Man.
Right.
So as he's like realizing it, you're realizing it too. Oh, that scanned his DNA and he's got transported to the universe the spider came from, because it scanned his DNA and his DNA is now spider DNA. And so you find that out, and when he goes out to the world, because his uncle takes him in, his uncle's alive in this movie, takes him out to do some work, I guess. I don't know. I guess he's trying to capture him.
Yeah.
And the world is just looks like Gotham. It's just chaos, crime everywhere, because
the world without Spider-Man.
There's no Spider-Man in that world, because that spider bit Miles Morales in a different world.
Yep.
And so that's also why Miguel hates him. I wonder if Miguel's from that universe.
To be continued.
Right? That could be a theory. And I also wonder, I had a theory too. I think maybe because he is an anomaly, he can save his dad. Because he isn't supposed to be Spider-Man.
I think that's what they're building up to.
Yeah, you have
to. He's going to change up the story. The canon.
He'll be the one canon character that saved his parents.
Yeah, they even... think when Gwen says, in every other universe, Gwen always falls for Spider-Man, and in every other universe, it doesn't work out. And he says, well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, a lot of clues dropping for that theory right there. So
I got a feeling that it's going to have a happy ending.
That would be a very depressing child story if they're like, yeah, by the way, your parents going to die? Can't do anything about it.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, not a very Spider-Man way to go about it.
Good lesson for kids to learn. Hard lesson, good lesson to teach them young. Hey, by the way, your parents are not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Suck it up.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying, what Spider-Man is trying to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Helping out the kids, teaching them young that, hey, mommy and daddy, they might go away.
Dark twist into the Spiderverse. I like it. Yeah, hey, I'll tell you what, you don't want me writing the end of this movie, because
you get dark.
Yeah, I can get dark.
I wonder if the beginning of the movie that we didn't see hinted at or kind of explained a little better, or at least showed you why Gwen Stacy's universe is so pastel-y, and every single time it changes shots of the character, the background's different. It matches their emotions.
Yeah.
It's always a psychedelic trip every time you go into her world.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing with this movie. I mean, it's just begging people to take drugs. So how much for the kids is it really?
They said get off his ass.
Yeah.
It's not 100% for the kids.
At one point, they even said, I wonder how many cuss words they're limited to, because they only said 2 this movie.
I think PG is very minimal, and you can only say ass, damn, hell.
They said hell at one point. I think the uncle or the dad said, what the hell are you doing?
PG-13, you get unlimited shits and only 1 F word.
Really?
I don't know if that's a fact, but I know that every PG-13 movie that isn't tailored toward kids, it's trying to be a PG-13 movie, they always have 1 F word in it.
Okay.
Because they always use it. And if you watch a PG-13 movie, you can... What?
Anytime you hear the F-bomb in a PG-13 movie, you're like, there it is!
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, they used it! So they have to use it wisely. It's you always, it's always a big part or a big joke when they use the F word, because it's that's their one shot they got. And that's when they used it. So that's what... I don't know if PG-13 rules are. I mean, PG rules are, but I'm pretty sure that's what the PG-13
Well, it had to be PG in that sense, because we heard a lot of shoots. We heard a lot of hex.
Same with that him saying shoot with Gwen Stacy when she was there.
Shoot.
They were just repeating themselves.
Yeah.
When you left the theater to go to the bathroom, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
This sidetrack. I said after I'm saying this. Whenever you went to the bathroom, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover.
No. I saw him.
That flash, but he was there for like a scene. He was one of the people locked up because he was a Spider-Man who came from a wrong universe, or he wasn't supposed to be there, so they lock him up. And he's just sitting there. He's like, "What's up?" Not a Spider-Man. It's just a character, a villain, or I think they're all villains from the wrong place. But he's just sitting there, locked up. He's like, "What's up?" He talks to Miles.
Well, I'll be damned.
Miles stares at him.
Sounds like I missed a really key part of the movie.
This movie was directed by 3 different people. I wonder if I think if this. I know that this is how Rick and Morty episodes are made, but whoever directs it is the lead animator. And so I wonder if that's just because there's 3 different directors, so 3 different people had to animate this movie. I wonder if that's how they're classifying the director. The next movie is called Spider-Man Beyond the Spiderverse.
So what? This
has the same exact this Spider-Man and the Marvel MCU Spider-Man have the same where they had the same themed titles across. Is that just a Spider-Man thing? Or when they have sequels or a series of Spider-Man parts of one bigger story?
I think that's where we're going. Yeah.
Because it has Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home,
and then No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah.
This one has Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I wonder how you go beyond it. Maybe we get another Toby coming into the movie. He's going to save the day.
I wonder if this movie I wonder if this movie was based on a comic book. Is there a Spider-Verse? There are. Of course there are.
Well, I mean, just like I said,
there's unlimited comic books.
Well, I mean, just like I said, the video game that I played in 2011
I guess you're
had
right.
to do with this. I mean, it was just a bunch of Spider-Mans joining up from totally different universes, different storylines. So, I mean, this has been a thing. They've been planting the seeds.
I wonder why I guess it's just to connect different universes together. Is that a theme that happens in the superhero movies? Is there always a multiverse that gets tapped in? Is that just part of it?
Well, I mean, now
I didn't read comic books growing up, so I don't know the whole thing of it. I'm not a nerd.
I guess I'm not a nerd either.
Just kidding.
Yeah. They take pride in calling themselves nerds. And god damn, I just got some in my eye.
I think I would rate this movie I'm going to go 7.8.
7.8?
Yep.
Is that just as a movie or like a Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, I am comparing it to other Spider-Man movies. I'm going to give it a...
How can you not?
Just as a movie, I'm going to go 7.5.
I'll go 8.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very well done movie, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it was very well made and well written. I think because I love that. Because that twist really did bring me back into the movie. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that's good writing.
Yeah, it is good writing. Planting them seeds throughout the whole movie. That's writing with a purpose right there. And it's always good to see writing with the purpose.
Well, and as you said at the beginning of the, before we went and even saw the movie, you said, oh, this is actually going to be a to be continued kind of movie. And I was just like, huh. I wonder how they're going to do that. I mean, but then, especially I was thinking that as the movie was going on, I was like, how are they about to wrap this up? Like, this is going to be a really bad ending. But then I remembered, oh, it's to be continued, cliffhanger. And then when they hit us with that plot twist, pretty much, I was like, oh, okay. And then obviously you start to hear the music. You're just like, yeah, it's coming to an end.
The ending, though, I will tell you, I thought maybe they could have done a better job with the Prowler.
Yeah, I don't.
Just because it's Miles Morales is the Prowler in this universe, and it's like he had no real motive. They should have at least told us what his motive was, because he's like, "Are you Miles? Come on, man, just let me go."
No. Miles Morales' dad in this universe, the one that like the Spider-Man we've been watching in this movie, like the one that he was supposed to be. Remember, he's still like a super smart. That's the thing about Spider-Man is he's still really, really smart.
Oh yeah, Miles Morales is still a genius kid.
Yeah, he's a genius kid, and so but now he's a villain because his dad was taken from him. The city's in flames. Is he a villain?
No, I get it, but I'm saying he like traps him. He puts his fist up next to Spider-Man Miles Morales' face, and he's like, Miles Morales, Spider-Man is like, let me go, and he's like, why would I? And it's like, why would you not? What do you care?
I'm sure the movie's gonna explain that.
No, I know. I just wish they would have told us his motive there, so we would have been a little scared for Spider-Man. 'Cause it's like we don't know exactly why he's being held hostage there.
Yeah.
Like, let us know the reason so that way we can have something to look forward to.
Well, I mean, I would assume because he's thinking, he probably put together, okay, you're from another universe, which means my dad is out there somewhere. So maybe he just wants to keep him around to just go like replace his life.
But even then,
something like that.
But even then, when he said, "Come on, man, we can save my dad," he's like, "We can save our dad." He's like, "It's not my dad."
Oh yeah,
he did say that. So he's like, "I don't care. I already lost my dad. I don't need him." So I don't know. I just wish they would have gave us a motive of him, but hopefully they explain it.
Maybe they'll definitely explain it, but I don't know. I kind of like the mystery of it.
Yeah, maybe so. Since it is a two-parter, maybe they're just gonna like let it wait.
How messed up is this kid that he's about to like kill himself?
He's got cooler hair.
Way cooler.
Got them long dreads in the back with the shaved sides.
Uh-huh.
Pimpin', the Prowler. He's going to be a good guy, for sure.
Oh, of course. He's still the same good old Miles deep down.
They're going
to be a good team.
Because they got to redeem the uncle, you know what I mean? Because the uncle was a bad guy in the old one. And he unfortunately had to kill him or something. They had to fight him. And he died.
Yeah.
It is cool how like they show that rest in power graffiti that was replaced with his dad, like the same exact thing. Just I like how there's always parallels in these different universes that are little slight changes that are so different.
Yeah, like they're still the same person. Yeah. Like he can act like a hard ass all he wants, but that's Spider-Man deep down.
Yeah,
you can call yourself the Prowler all you want, but
that spider is probably meant for Miles Morales. So when it went to a different universe, it went to the Miles Morales. Because if Miles Morales became the Prowler, that means he was drawn to be something super. Super villain he went because there's no good in the world. He lost his dad, who's a figure of good. His uncle's a figure of evil, essentially, because his uncle was always in the drug world, like criminal world. He wasn't a bad guy, but he was definitely not a signal of good in the world. He always towed the line between, being okay and being bad. And his dad was always strict good. So his dad was that figure that made him want to be good. So when that spider hit him with his dad alive, he was good. But now that his dad was gone in this alternate universe, now he is becoming something else. I would
assume that the Prowler is some kind of anti-hero. He's gonna be like a Batman or something.
Yeah, I bet he's
not a bad guy.
He's more so bad. He's done bad things, but in the end, he's gonna be a good guy.
Well, and this is just a theory, but I would assume that the Prowler probably became that way because he watched the city of Brooklyn become so distraught and destroyed, and he's got his own like demons to fight, and so he doesn't have as much hope as all the Spider-Mans do, as you can see like from all Spider-Man movies. Like they're funny, they're like good people. So the Prowler he probably has good intentions, but he probably does things in a lot dirtier way, which brings me back to Miguel, the only Spider-Man that's not funny. Maybe they have similar stories, so I could see like Miguel and the Prowler somehow like relating to each other, and then they're going to learn from each other
because by
being connected from Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
It says here in the Wikipedia that Spider-Man convinces him to be good.
Wow.
So there we go.
Never would have guessed that. Damn, we just spoiled 2 movies in one podcast.
So an African-American teenage prodigy, Harvey is the name of the...
That's the punk.
Yeah.
The punk rock Spider-Man. Punk rock
Harvey?
British.
No, something else. It wasn't Hobby.
It's Hobie or something like that. Yeah, that's the punk rock one.
Oh, interesting. Because it says an African-American teen prodigy, Hobby or Hobie, created the Prowler technology to operate as a petty thief. But following his encounter with Spider-Man, he was convinced to turn his life around. There we go. So yeah, you're right.
God, there's a lot going on right now.
The thing about these movies, though, is that if you know comic books, you kind of can guess what's going to happen.
I mean, I don't know comic books.
Me either. That's the issue. So if you're a comic book fan listening to this podcast, you're probably just so pissed, just yelling,
infuriated with us. And I'm so sorry, but we watch movies. We don't read comic books.
We played sports.
We also.
I'm just kidding. Sports. I'm just giving the comic book fans a hard time. I honestly would like to know what comic book stories are. I've always found them interesting. I always liked watching the YouTube videos describing this stuff. Like I said, talking about Marvel theories and all the little different, how everything connects in. Like, they're all super cool to me. I like them. I just never had them growing up. If I had them growing up, dude, I'd be all in.
Well, hey, if you're pissed off, let us know in the comments.
Give us that clout. Not clout. Give us that attention.
Just tell us what you think. Tell us how wrong we are. And, I mean, obviously there's nothing for us to do to correct it, but we'll listen. I'll read what you have to say.
As long as it's not too mean.
No, give it to me.
Give it to me, babe.
Rick James, bitch.
Rick James, bitch. I'm glad that's so cool that Netflix took down the Chappelle show when he was like, hey, I never got paid for the show. He's like, I didn't get paid for you to put it on Netflix either, so y'all take it down. And they did. Netflix is like, okay, fine. Sorry, Dave. Because Netflix for sure bought that rights to that show from Comedy Central.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, damn, okay, we don't want to piss off Dave. Let's take it off. We'll respect Dave.
You never want to piss off a guy named Dave. I know that all too well.
Yeah, definitely.
Our Denton listeners will know exactly what that means.
But
this is a fun movie. Like I said, this movie is made for kids.
But it's not a kids movie like Super Mario Brothers was. You know what I mean? It's got some adult jokes and it's entertaining.
Always,
it's a superhero movie. Yeah. All superhero movies are fun for everybody to watch.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even the old people that were there that we thought were our audience members.
We should have just told them like, hey, y'all are in the wrong theater too. Y'all need to follow Spider-Man. Us. Don't you know that Spider-Man's in the other theater and they?
What would have happened if we just sat there and watched and just if Spider-Man didn't play and we didn't catch it earlier? We would have been like, wait, what the fuck? What time is it? It's 8.
May as well just finish this. Come back for the podcast.
Okay.
We just watched.
We'll follow you. What was it? Let's look up what that movie was.
Let's see the movie that we almost watched.
That would have been funny if we said, all right, we're watching Spider-Man, and then we come back. We did not just watch Spider-Man. That would have been so funny. Okay. About my father?
No.
You hurt my feelings.
Yes.
That was it?
Yeah. That was it.
Big critic movie. Makes sense why there's a bunch of old people there. 64 audience.
That makes sense.
From acclaimed filmmaker Nicole Holofcener. That's one hell of a last name. Holofcener. There's an F and a C right next to each other.
That's more complicated than the Spiderverse.
Holofcener. I literally don't know how to say that. Okay. Nicole comes a sharply observed comedy about a novelist let me restart. From acclaimed filmmaker Nicole comes a sharply observed comedy about a novelist whose long-standing marriage is suddenly upended when she overhears her husband give his honest reaction to her latest book. A film about trust, lies, and the things we say to the people we love most. I always think it's so, boring to write a movie about a writer. Right? You're writing a movie. You write a movie about a writer.
Yeah, but it's relatable to them.
Think outside the box, dude. We don't care. That's what I think, at least. It's like, dude, it's just
you
like,
can write a movie about anything. If it's good, it's good.
I know a lot of the, I've taken a few like I've taken a screenwriting course, and I've watched a lot of screenwriting videos just, for help and tips and learning. And they always say, like, don't write about writers. Everybody does that. Every beginning writer writes about a writer. And I've thankfully not ever done that because I never thought that was interesting.
Yeah, but
isn't that just super
there's a lot of people that say write what you know.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean write like the only things you know, because that's boring. Write what you know how to write. That's what you write. Write what you know how to write, not write what you know.
Whoa.
I don't know how to kill people, but I would write about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about like committing crimes, but I write about them.
Yeah.
Because I think that I know how to write about them.
I've seen interesting movies about writers. There's a Will Ferrell movie where the writer like pretty much puts a curse on Will Ferrell's character. You ever seen that one?
What's it called?
I don't even know. It's I don't even like probably like a 2010 somewhere around that age movie. But like that was an interesting movie. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie.
This is 100% an old person movie. The movie that we almost watched. It's got a.
Oh, no doubt.
It's like
could have told you that from the audience.
It's like a 40, 50-year-old lady that directed it.
Yep.
Probably wrote it. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Nope.
You know who that is.
Oh yeah.
She's in it. Old ladies love that, right? Whoever this guy is. Old ladies love that guy for sure.
I've seen him.
Chiseled. Have you?
Can't remember where, but I've seen him. Probably watching a movie.
He was in King Lear.
Probably watching a movie with my parents when I saw him.
He's in a lot of movies that seem like they weren't very good. Isn't that unfortunate? This guy's got that face where it's like...
you've seen him. You just don't know where.
He's just got this like generic, macho, good-looking, like lover... Not lover, but like the attractive, like romance person in the movie.
Hey, he's still in movies.
He's still in movies.
The guy's doing all right.
Hey, he's a Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. His name is Tobias Menzies.
Yeah, that
Tobias.
With a name like that, I mean, he didn't even have a choice. He had to go for it.
Here's the audience. The acting was fine, but so boring and slow. The worst movie ever. Despite the talent on screen and ample wing flapping, this movie never gets off the ground.
Damn. I wonder if those were just the reviews.
Took a nap during the movie, while well acted, was not engaging. I
wonder if these reviews were just from the old people that were sitting in that audience with us.
This movie was painful to get through. It was 93 minutes that felt like 6 hours. The story starts nowhere, goes nowhere, and ends up a year later exactly where it started. Nowhere.
Okay, well, I mean, it sounds like a bad movie.
Let's watch it. No, I don't want to watch that. That probably is boring. Dude, it's about...
That's why you don't write about writers.
The movie's principle is about you hurt my feelings because somebody said, hey, by the way, I didn't like your book. Entire premise. Husband tells his wife, I didn't like that book that you wrote. That was the premise. It's a comedy, drama, romance.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all about the Spiderverse.
You see the new Wes Anderson movies coming out when we were sitting in the theaters?
Oh yeah, I've seen.
I don't think I've seen a Wes Anderson movie. I've seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, but that's it.
He's got
that unique, like you just know, like you watch that trailer and you're like, oh yeah, that's a new Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
That very like it's a lot of still shots, framed up evenly. I wonder if it'll be any good.
My brain is kind of dead from the Spiderverse right now, but I've seen one movie where the main character is like a student that's a good playwright and he falls in love with a teacher, and then oh God. I don't know, but I've seen that movie. And then I did see the most recent one. I remember it's got like Timothy Chalamet in it, Owen Wilson.
What was it?
It's about a newspaper. But my brain is so dead I can't even begin to think.
The French Dispatch?
Yeah, I saw that.
Isle of Dogs. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I honestly don't think I've just seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, which has been a long time ago that I watched that movie. That came out in 2009.
Yeah, I think
I watched it in school.
I saw that in 2020.
Was it good? I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was good. It's a good movie.
What's it about?
Wes Anderson's good. It's about a fantastic Mr. Fox that's he's a family man, but he's got a lot going on, and yeah.
Doesn't he try to kill himself or something?
Does he? Oh man, it was 3 years ago, and that was during 2020, and 2020 was just a blur. But I remember thinking, wow, that was a good movie.
2020 was a blur. A lot of drinking.
Yeah, a lot of drinking.
A lot of drinking. I kind of started getting fat.
I know. You still struggling?
No, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you.
Oh, Gray.
Okay.
I did though. There's a picture of me where my face is getting full.
I think I was in pretty good shape in 2020. I think all I did was work out and drink and sell cars and repeat, and
boom.
It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst routine to have.
Yeah. All right. I give this movie a 7.5. You give it an 8. This is the first time I think that you gave it a higher rating besides Taxi Driver.
Yeah. It's a good movie. It's a lot of movie and a lot of Spider-Man, but
I didn't think it felt long.
No, I just mean as far as visuals, just a lot of movie coming at you.
You got to give it to them. That probably took them a minute to make.
I think I saw at one point, I think it was the train scene with like the 1,000 Spider-Mans. That took them, I think, over a year just to make that. Like, just get that all, like, figured out. Just drawing it and making everything, like, match up movement-wise, everything. I think it took them over a year.
I need to find somebody that can animate cartoons like that, because I have some cartoon ideas, but I just will not. I refuse. I just know that I cannot animate something.
I don't have the patience for it.
No, frame by frame drawing, dude.
Yeah, no. It's
fucking shoot myself halfway through. I cannot, dude. That'd be miserable. I can't draw, first of all, so it's a pain every frame. I'm like just hating myself.
Doesn't it suck that you can't draw? Like, I can't draw either. But I have so many things, like visions in my head. I'm just like, man, if I could draw that, like,
yeah. Have you ever had a cool drawing idea? I could really
take the, yeah, like, I
had
could
a cool
take
drawing idea, and you like go to write it, you try to draw it, and it starts just looking like shit, and you're like, God damn it, why can't I draw?
I can't. Like, people say they can't draw like stick figures. I can't even draw stick figures. That's not even an exaggeration.
I can draw probably, if there's like 5 levels of drawing, where 5 you're like what you see on Instagram of like these people that make things that are realistic, and then like you as a 1, I'm probably at like between a 2 and a 3.
It's bad, man.
I'm probably 2. I can
Yeah, don't sell yourself short.
That is.
Oh, you said 2 or 3?
Then I went down to 2.
You're a 3. I bet.
No,
I don't even think I'm a 1.
I'm a doodler. I can do like cool, just like lines that are nothing.
See, you're a 3. I can't do that.
I used to do that in school. That's how I would sit through classes, just like fill my whole paper with just like cool lines that I don't know how to describe it, but it's just just like abstract lines and shapes and shit. I would just fill my whole page. That's how I would take notes. It's just by not taking notes.
I think I would just write dumb jokes about the teacher and throw it in the textbook. Just throw it to like random classmates.
Did you ever get in trouble?
Nah, nothing crazy. Didn't get caught.
Nice.
That was good.
Did you ever have to go to like ISS or?
No. It was OCS for us, and I never went. I only went to detention, like Saturday school a couple times. But
why was that? Why'd you go to Saturday school?
Just missing school. It wasn't even like discipline or anything. It was just like, oh, okay, like you haven't been in school, so we're gonna make you sit in a room for 4 hours, and if you don't have anything to do, then you just got to sit there.
I've been wrongfully taken to ISS.
Oh no!
You know me. I don't.
You're a good guy.
I'm a good guy. Especially when I was a kid, dude. I didn't do anything bad. Like I was just a straight edge kid who I never got in trouble.
Yeah.
And I've been to ISS like twice, because like a teacher was just, those like mean teachers that just love to just yell at kids. Yeah, dude. I was like, I think I was in the library and I made a paper airplane and I didn't even throw it across the library. I literally threw it across the table. Like me and you were sitting here, I just did that, and the teacher yelled at me and sent me to ISS for throwing a paper airplane across the library.
Was it an all day thing?
Just ISS? For the period. Well, actually, no. She sent me to the principal's office to like make me get in trouble, and then luckily she was like an older lady, super sweet lady. She knew who I was. I talked to her before. Like she knows I'm a good kid, never been in trouble. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I just kind of threw it across the table. I didn't like throw it across the library like she said. She's like, yeah, it's okay. I'll just sit here for the rest of the period and you can go back to class after. I'm like, sweet, okay. Thanks.
The one time that I almost got sent to OCS was we had a big test. It was it was a history class. I think it was my sophomore or junior year. And we had a substitute teacher, and she had the whole test on the podium in the middle of class, and she stepped out to like take a phone call or go talk to another teacher or something. And I just remember like looking around at the class thinking, hey, I think that's the test. I think those are the answers, and I think I can get them. And I did. So I went and grabbed it, and sure enough, I was right. It was the whole test. And I just started like writing down all the answers and everything. And then I was like sharing it to everybody around me.
What a good man.
Yes. But then there was this girl in my class who I guess actually studied for it. I know, right?
The worst.
She actually studied for it, and she told on me. And so
that's the worst.
Yeah,
dude.
She told on me. Not even I don't even think she told the teacher. I think she took it to the principal, because 3 periods later, I was in basketball practice, and the principal pulled me out of practice and sat me down in his office, and he just looked at me. He kind of had a Matthew McConaughey voice. He was like, all right, Gray, like, listen, I heard something, and do you just want to go out and you just want to come out and tell me? I was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I forgot I did it like pretty much as soon as the test was over. I didn't even really think much of it. I was like, I just looked at him. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. What did I do? He was like, listen, I heard you helped the whole class cheat on this test. I said, you heard that? He's like, yeah. I said, and I'm just thinking to myself, but you don't know. So this is just my word against hers. I just looked at him and I said, nah, I didn't do that.
He let you go?
Yeah, I mean, what could he do? I mean, we all made good grades on the test, but we all made good grades on the test.
And that makes the school look good.
Yeah. I'm like, if anything, I did you a fucking favor.
I had a teacher that it was...
So, spoiler, Mr. Tomlin, I did, in fact, help that whole class cheat on that test.
I had a teacher that taught calculus. I cannot do calculus at all, but I made A's.
Oh, our teacher knew that we were cheating in that class.
I think they don't care. It's too complex. They're like, dude, I don't care. These kids are seniors. They don't give a fuck. They just want the 6.0. We had our AP classes were on a 6.0 scale, so it gave us like a giant boost to our GPA if we took them.
Yeah.
That's how it was for you too. I don't know if that's standard, but there was a test that she gave us one time, and she goes, all right, guys, after you finish the test, I'm going to sit here at my desk. You go up to this desk next to me and check your answers and let me know what you got. Said,
okay, it wasn't that obvious for me. Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude. Straight up, do that. Test day, I'd walk around the class. Hey, what was that answer? Oh, all right. Wait, how did you do that? Copy.
Yeah.
Checking answers. She's like, listen, okay, I know what you are doing. We're all yelling the answer.
Oh, you're really on to us.
3 is A. As we're walking around.
But the big thing is you got to show your work. I remember that for like all math tests, you have to show your work.
Yeah.
So
she'd be like, you go up to the desk and be like, hey, Miss Green, I got 100. And she'd look at you. She'd be like, I'm giving you a 93. I'm like, I'll take it. Yeah, bro. She was just. I think she didn't like. I think she was there her last year working.
I was about to say, it sounds like she was on her way out.
Yeah, she was gonna do like a side thing. I think her husband might have made pretty good money. She didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Calculus, dude. She was so smart at it. She really taught the people that cared. Like if you cared, she would really help you out and like would be there for you.
Yeah,
but she's not gonna waste her time with people that don't care. She's like, it doesn't matter to me. Like it does not matter to me if you learn calculus. You will never use this in your life. You are all high school kids who are never gonna use this in your life, except for maybe one or two people that might go into some science or math type of thing. So she would really dive in with those kids, but the rest of us, dude, she didn't care. So I made it all A's in high school. Never made a single B.
Wow.
Thank you, Miss Green.
That's impressive. Can't say the same thing, but
it's not really impressive, to be honest with you. It's pretty easy to do that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm 23 years old. I graduated college. Didn't use any math.
Yeah. I took an 8th grade math class in college.
In college?
Yes. I went to 3 math classes in college. I took a whole semester, obviously, right? So I took 3 math classes in college. The last one I did, it was like week 3. I sit down, the teacher's explaining, it's like basic algebra. And she's like simplifying of an equation, right? Like simplifying for the x, you know, like, and
no,
you do know what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I wouldn't know how to do it.
You could. It's easy. You would remember.
Are we about to do math?
No.
Thank God.
You'll understand this, that some guy in the back, he raises his hand and he's like, excuse me, ma'am, how'd you move the X over across the equal sign?
Oh, it's starting to ring bells.
Yeah. And I didn't know this was like a beginner math class. I thought like I had to like practice for this. And she answered it like not shocked. She's like, okay, well, all right, class. And she like explained how you like divide.
And you divide
by 4 to get the X over.
Whoa, I knew how to do that.
And then I'm like, dude, what? And then we got our like first homework assignment, and it's just like the simplest thing possible. I'm like, dude, I'm not coming back to this class. It's like it's at 9 a.m. I'm not going to this class.
Yeah, it wasn't any kind of class that Miles Morales is gonna take, huh?
No, Miles Morales definitely is not taking that class.
No, he's talking about quantum physics. I mean, he pretty much has the multiverse figured out at this point.
Yeah, he was like, listen, I'm going to solve it. I actually need to get there.
Yeah. He got
15 years old. Fighting people.
In the multiverse.
Probably have killed some people. Just by proxy.
Yeah, I mean, who did we see die in this movie?
Nobody.
But you got to think, I mean...
We actually saw a lot of Spider-Mans holding their dead family members.
Yeah. But you just know that comes with the territory going into it. So does that really count as like seeing death? I mean, just think about the city, like the Indian Boston, or the Indian Brooklyn.
Yeah, you never think about that whenever it's a...
Well, you do whenever you watch shows like The Boys.
Yeah.
Or Invincible. I mean, The
Boys, man. When's that coming back on TV?
I mean, it'll be a while.
The Boys. That's the best. That was the best.
Good times.
Watching that SIG together. All the boys piling in the library. Watching The Boys together. All right. That's all I got for this episode.
Spiderverse. Spiderman. 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 You can cut me off whenever. Spiderman. 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 Spiderman.
We're out.